Hello everyone, I'm Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Sanjay Gupta Tech School. So we are live on day 4 of this Salesforce Learning Bootcamp. So before starting today's session, I just want to confirm whether I'm audible properly or not. So if you can confirm through chat, so it will be good. Okay, thank you for confirmation. So we'll wait for a couple of more minutes and then I will be starting the session. So I hope everybody already implemented the exercises which I shared with you for day 1, day 2, and day 3. So if you are following all the videos, all the sessions, so I hope till now you have enjoyed all the sessions and exercises because I just started everything from the beginning. And through those exercises, you are able to learn the basic concepts, right? So today we will be learning about formula, validation rule, page layout, record type, and compact layout. So I think we are on time. So now I'm just moving to the next slides. So before starting the session, so every day I just want to know you, like with whom you are interacting and who is your instructor, right? So that you can have enough confidence in your instructor. Then, as I show this slide in every session in the beginning, so these are the virtual learning best practices. So you can follow these while attending all the live sessions. And if you are not attending live session, also like if you're going through recording, so for you, then also these points are important. So you need to focus on each live session properly. If you miss any live session, you can watch the recording. I hope you are taking proper notes for future reference. You are writing down question and answers, and I can see like in second half of the session, many folks ask doubts as well. Then I hope everybody is practicing. Those who are watching live as well as those who are watching the recording, you are practicing all the sessions through practice sheet. If you're not having the link of that practice sheet, so I have just consolidated all the links like session tracker, exercise sheet, and FAQs. So all the links you can find in the description of this video or in every videos. And during practice, if you find like after the session, if you watch the recording or you do some practice, so I can see some people are asking doubts on LinkedIn. So instead of asking doubts on LinkedIn, please ask doubt on respective video so that if anybody else is having answer to that question, so they will be able to answer to your query and keep doing above every day to build strong foundation. So I saw like many people are struggling to have a regular schedule to learn things. So that's why I just created this boot camp for you so that every week at least 4 hours you can attend the session and like 4 to 5 hours you can do your own practice. So moving forward, I hope everybody knows like 50, 60 minutes I will be explaining the topics and then we'll have question answer session. And for question answer session, I have created a sheet where I'm recording all the question and answers. For last session, I have not recorded so far. So today, like today's session and like day 3, both will be consolidated together and you will be having a bunch of Q&As together. And this is a request, humble request. Like if you find these sessions fruitful, so please remember me in your prayers because it is 6 months long boot camp and which is unique. And I need your blessings. Please follow Sanjay Gupta Tech School so that it can become a big platform for virtual learning. And soon I will be launching new boot camps as well. And if you want to learn development, so you can see base is C, Java, HTML, and CSS. So those videos are also available on my channel, so you can go through with them. So now I'm going to start today's session with this topic. So in last session, like when I was creating console navigation app, so we were having a problem. Like it was asking a warning. So let's create it quickly once again. So I'm just searching for app manager in the setup. So if you search for the app manager, so all the existing apps you will be able to see here. So we already created one application, that is Sanjay Gupta Tech School, which is having standard navigation. Now I'm going to show you how you can create an application that is having console navigation. So I just clicked on new application, and here I'm writing SGTS console. Then just clicking on next. Now from here, I'm going to choose console navigation, right? It is important. Now clicking on next. So this time, sorry, I'm just skipping the utility item addition because I already showed you this in the last session. So moving next. Now here I need to place two tabs. One is student and another one is instructor. So once we select these tabs to add in the application, so in the next option, sorry, you will see this message like you haven't selected any navigation item, but we already selected. So I don't know why this error is showing here, but you can just ignore this and you can just click on next. And from here, you can select the profile system administrator. So right now you are logging in with your system admin profile user. So if you select system admin profile user, so you will be able to uh, view this application. So now I'm just clicking on save and finish. So this way, like all the steps are same. We just need to select the navigation style. You can select either standard or you can select console. Now, if I refresh the page and click on this app launcher, so here I will see both the applications. So I just clicked on view all. So here you can see I have both the applications. One is Sanjay Gupta Tech School, which is having standard navigation. So I'm going to open it. And this is another application, SGTS console, which is having console navigation. So I'm opening it in new tab. So here you can see this application is opened, which is having standard navigation, right? Now, if I go here, so you can see it is having console navigation. So if I click on particular tab, so its record will be opened in new tab. Now, if I select any other tab and if I open any of the record from here, so it will be opened in new tab, right? So in instructors tab, I don't have any record as of now. So if I want to create new, so if I create new instructor record, so you can see here instructor record is available and here student record is available. Both are opened in new tab, right? So this way you can utilize the functionality of console navigation. So I hope this makes sense now, right? So now I'm going to demo you next topic, that is formula field. So it is important to understand. So we have created lots of field which includes text field, which include number, checkboxes, pick list, multi-select pick list. So we created lots of fields which are having different data types. Now so Neha is asking a question like, can we convert standard app to console application? So this I already answered. Like, if you have created standard application, so it cannot be converted into console, and vice versa is also not possible. So once you created particular style for that application, so it will be intact. You cannot change. So now let's discuss about formula field. So as written here, so formula field is basically a read-only field which populates values based on expressions automatically, right? So it is a different kind of field that provides you value automatically. So let's quickly create couple of formula fields. So here I have listed two scenarios. So first scenario says calculate bonus. And if salary is greater than 10,000, then bonus will be 20% of salary. And if it is less than 10,000, then less than or equal to 10,000. So bonus should be 10% of the salary, right? So this is our requirement. And if I take you to the data model, so here you can see we have salary field on instructor object, right? So what I need to do, I just need to check whether instructor object is having salary field available or not. So I'm going here and clicking on object manager. Now from here, I'm going to search instructor object, and under instructor object, I just need to check whether salary field is available or not. So salary field is not created in my org. Maybe you already created. So I'm going to quickly create this salary field, and then I will show you how you can create bonus field as formula, right? So I'm going to create this salary field now. So clicking on new, and it should be of type currency. So from here, I'm going to select type as currency. Then I'm clicking on next. Here I'm writing field label as salary. Then length is 18 and decimal point will be 2. Right? So here you can see these information I provided. And clicking on next. Okay, salary field. The sum of length and decimal place must be an integer less than or equals to 18. Okay, so here I just need to put 16 because total should be 18. Now it is moving to next step, then I need to select the profile. So as of now, I am selecting all the profiles, then clicking on next and adding it to the page layout. Now, if I go to instructors tab, so here you can see under instructor record, salary field is available, right? And if I fill any salary, it will be available here. So let's say I'm populating 10,000. So it will be, okay, I'm just refreshing this page. So it is not stored. So I'm just populating it again and clicking on save. Don't know why it is not saving on existing one. So I'm just going to create new one. So here you can see salary is available. Okay. Now what I need to do, if I show you the requirement again, so we need to calculate bonus. And the requirement is if salary is greater than 10,000, then 20%, otherwise 10%, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a field named as bonus. So this salary I have already created, I'm marking it as green. Now I'm going to create this bonus field. So here I'm going to click on new, and you can see here we have this formula data type. And you can read the description. It is a read-only field that derives its value from a formula expression you define. So we need to write an expression here, and the formula field is updated when any of the source field change. So basically in this formula field, we can reference any other field as well, right? Okay, so Nilesh is saying I need to include definition of all topic in the slide. So yeah, sorry, Nilesh, I will take care of this from next session. So I'm just clicking on next. Now here I'm creating field named as bonus, right? And you can see these types of formula fields you can create. So right now I need to create a formula field name data type should be currency because I'm going to create bonus which is related to salary, right? Now here decimal point will be 2 and I'm clicking on next. So this is basically formula builder where you can write the formula and basis on that formula, your bonus will be calculated, right? So here is the condition. If salary is greater than 10,000, it should be 20%. So here we have two scenarios, greater than 10,000. Second is less than equals to 10,000. So this is complex one. Before implementing this, I'm going to implement it in simple form. Like whatever is the salary, we will be calculating bonus as 20%, right? So from here, I am going to insert a field. So I just need to click on advanced formula because I will be inserting a field. So from here, I am going to insert the field as salary. So salary into 20 upon 100. Then you can check the syntax, right? And here you can fill description and help text as well. Then it is important if your formula references any number, currency, or percent field, specify what happens to the formula output when their values are blank. So if there is no value calculated, so treat blank fields as zeros or treat blank fields as blanks. So I'm selecting first option. So now I'm just clicking on next so that this formula field will be created, clicking on visible to all the profiles, and here you can see read only is by default checked. So I already showed you or told you, like formula field is a read only field. You cannot enter value into formula field, it is calculated automatically. So I'm just clicking on next and save. So if I go to the record, so here you will see the formula field and it will be having value populated automatically. So here you can see we have salary field which is having value as 10,000 and 20% of 10,000 is 2,000, and which is bonus, it is populated automatically. And you can see this bonus field is not having any pencil sign. So if I edit this record, so I can edit salary, but I cannot edit bonus. If I edit this 10,000 to 20,000 and if I hit save, so you will see bonus is calculated automatically. So basically here you can see formula field is calculating its value automatically, right? So this was a simple formula, and I can see there is a question, can we use parent to child and child to parent formula field? Yes, we can reference. So as of now, we have not studied like lookup and master detail relationship. So when we will be discussing that, so I will be covering that as well. Next is, if we select blank as blank, will that give error in formula field? No, it will not populate any value if there is no value. Like if your formula expression result is nothing, so it will be blank, right? So Sunil is saying you can if condition in formula directly. Yes. So now I'm going to modify this formula as per our requirement. So I just clicked on the bonus field, and here you can see we have this edit button. So if I click on this edit button, so I will be able to modify this formula, right? So here what you can see, salary greater than 10,000, then 20%. So now I'm going to change this formula field with if else. So at right hand side, you can see we have lots of functions. So from here, I'm going to select if. And you might be thinking how to know which formula function we need to use. So if you click on any formula function, so at the bottom, you can see it is showing its description, right? So as a beginner, you should know each and every formula function description so that you can understand its requirement. So right now, we just need to use this if function. So I'm just clicking on this insert selected function. So here you can see we have three parameters. We need to write logical test. We need to write if condition, sorry, true part of if condition and false part of if condition. So our logical test first condition says salary greater than 10,000. So here I am selecting this logical test and erasing this. Now clicking on insert field, and from here I am going to select salary, then greater than 10,000. So this is my logical test. So this is my condition. Now here I need to write true part. So if this condition is true, so what we need to do, again we need to have this field multiplied by 20 and divided by 100. And here you can put a bracket as well. So this is the true part of this condition. Now, if this condition is false, salary is not greater than 10,000. So automatically this false case will be evaluated. So here you can write another situation. So you can just copy this and you can paste it. And here you can write 10. So this way, if salary is greater than 10,000, so this true part will be evaluated. If salary is less than or equals to 10,000, so this false part will be evaluated. So this way you can create a formula with the help of function. Right? Now, I am just, yeah. So there is one question, differentiate between simple and advanced formula. So first of all, I'm going to save it. Now again, I'm going to add it. So if you click on this simple formula, so sorry, in case of simple formula, those functions won't be available, right? Those advanced function won't be available. If you click on advanced formula, then only you will be able to see those functions. So as I clicked on advanced formula, so here at right hand side, you will see these functions are available. So this is the main difference between simple and advanced formula. Subha, I cannot explain each function because they are a lot. So you just need to go through and read the description. But for your ease, I I just placed a formula guide here. So if you go to this exercise sheet, so here you will find this PDF. If you open this PDF, so here you will find lots of formula examples, right? So you can go through, and if you will get a chance to work on a project in future, so you can go through this PDF and you can search any formula here. So all the formulas are explained theoretically as well as with the help of example, right? So I hope this will help. Okay, so now I already saved this, so I am just moving to UI, refreshing the page. So right now you will see salary is 20,000, so bonus is 4,000. Now if I am going to add it, so let's say your salary is 2,000. So now bonus will be 10,000 of salary. So automatically it will be updated. So 10% of 2,000 is 200, right? So this way our if condition is also working, as per the salary, bonus is calculating automatically. Right now, we need to implement next scenario, which says calculate total salary of instructor. So total salary means we created salary field, then we created a formula that is bonus. It is also created. Now we need to create one more formula field, which is total salary. It means we need to add salary and bonus. If we combine both, total salary will be calculated. So what we can do, come here and click on fields and relationships under instructor object, click on new, then select formula, click on next. Now here you can write total salary. And again, it should be of type currency. Click on next. Now we need to reference two fields. One is salary and one is bonus. Right? So you just need to click on this insert field option. So if you click on insert field, so from here you can just select salary. Then click on this insert button. Then click on plus. Again, click on inserts. And from here, you can select bonus and insert. So this way, salary and bonus will be added. Then you can just check the syntax from this bottom button. If there is no error, so it will be showing no errors, no syntax errors, right? And then you can just click on next. Then select visible to all the profiles. You can see it is also a read only field. Then you need to click on next and save. So this way we created one more field. So this total salary field is also created. So those which are highlighted as green, those I have created. Now, if I go to the UI, so you will see one more field, that is total salary. So salary is having some value, bonus will be having some value, and total salary will also be having some value. So here you can see total salary is 2000, bonus is 200, and total salary is 2200. Right now, if I modify the salary field, so accordingly bonus and total salary will be modified. And you can see both bonus and total salary are not having pencil. Even if I add it, so both are read only. You can see this field is calculated upon save. So if I increase it to 20,000 and click on save, so you can see bonus is 4,000 and total salary is 24,000. Right? So this way, I hope you understood how we are able to create formula field. So all the sheet links are available in the description of this video, those who are asking for links. So this Excel sheet, this day-wise exercise sheet, and this FAQ sheet, all three links are available in the description of each video of this bootcamp. Right? So this way I explained you how you can create these formula fields. So this will be your this will be your assignment as well. So when you will be practicing, you can create these formula fields. Then comes validation rule. So it is also an interesting topic. So basically, validation rule restricts record creation and updation based on condition, right? So this is very simple. Like it is one liner definition of validation rule. So as name suggests, validate, right? Before creation or updation of the record, if you want to validate something, so for that purpose, you can create validation rule, right? And I can see like people are asking questions and other folks are replying. So this is good practice. If you see like you know the answer, so you can just respond as well. Otherwise, I will be taking all the questions at the end, right? So I just want to be in like in a single flow so that I can explain everything. And in the last of the session, I will be picking the questions. So here we have three scenarios. So first scenario is on student object. So students A should be greater than 0. So whenever you create or update any record, whenever you create or update any record and you are entering age of a student, and if it is 0 or less than 0, so your record should not be saved. How we can do that? So first of all, let me jump to students, open any record, and if I edit it and put age as 0 and save, it will be saved. So right now there is no validation rule, right? But this should not happen because no one has 0 A's, right? So it should be some positive value. It should not be 0 or negative. So we need a validation rule on student object. What you need to do, go to object manager. From here, you can search for student object, open it. And at the bottom of this page, you will see validation rule here, right? So I am just clicking validation rule. So right now you can see there is no validation rule. So I'm going to create our first validation rule so that you can understand. So I'm just clicking on new. So, so rule name is prevent zero or negative age, right? So here I can write age should be greater than zero. So this will be the description. Now here we need to provide error condition formula. So here you just need to read this carefully. If this formula expression is true, display the text defined in the error message area. So if it is true, it means we need to insert the field, and field name is age. I am inserting it. So if it is less than or equals to zero, so while you are creating any student record or you are updating any student record and your age is less than or equals to zero, then this formula expression will be true, right? And I can just copy this error message from the description and I'm populating it here. Age should be greater than zero, right? And we have two error location. One is top of the page and one is the field, like through which field you are entering the value. If error is coming there, you can just select that field. Here we have help text. Display your error message next to the field the user should correct. If your validation rule checks several fields, display the error message at the top of the page. So right now our our validation rule is using one field. If your validation rule is using more than one fields, then you should select top of the page, right? So right now we can select particular field and that is age. So error message will be available under this particular field, right? So I hope you understood the difference between these two. And if you want to have any function that you want to use in this error condition formula, so it is similar to formula field. The functions which were available with formula field, those all functions are available here as well. So again, you need to go and read the description, then accordingly, you can just use it. And through this link, you can get the help as well for this function, right? And for validation rule as well, I just provided this guide. So if you open this link, so you will find lots of validation rules pre-implemented. So lots of examples of validation rules are available here. So through this guide, you can just understand, right? So now I'm going to save this validation rule. So you can see this validation rule is created and it is active as well. So back to student. Now, again, clicking on validation rules. So you can see this validation rule is available here. So rule name, error location, error message, active or inactive, last modified by date time, everything is available here. So if you don't want to apply your validation rule, so instead of deleting, you can anytime deactivate it as well, right? So now if I go to student record and if I try to edit this, and I'm just editing and zero was pre-populated. Still, it will give you an error message. If zero was already there, now you are after implementing validation rule, if you are trying to edit and save it, so it will give you an error, age should be greater than zero, right? So this way you can apply the formula. And if you enter any negative value, then also it will give you an error, right? If you enter any positive value greater than zero, then it will be saved. So this will happen for both insert and update, right? So this way, I hope you understood how we can implement validation rule. So I'm going to quickly create two more validation rules. So one we need to create on instructor object. That is, rating should be between 1 to 5, right? So if you enter rating between 1 to 5, like if rating is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, then your validation rule will work fine. If it is less than 1 or greater than 5, then it should throw an error. So this we need to create on instructor object. So let's jump to instructor object. And I can see lots of folks are asking questions. So just note it down with you. Once I will finish the topic explanation, then I will be answering all your questions, right? And no question will be unanswered because I just have created a document. So I will be collecting all those questions and will be writing proper answer in that document. So right now I'm on instructor object. So at the bottom, you can see we have validation rules option. So I'm going to create new validation rule. And in this validation rule, we have two conditions. Like rating should be greater than or equals to 1, or it should be less than or equals to 5, right? So we can write check rating. And here I can write rating should be between 1 to 5. And here I need to apply the error condition formula, right? So I just need to insert a field, and field name is rating. And I don't have this field created. Okay, so first of all, I need to create rating field, then only I can apply the validation rule. So before creation of this validation rule, so I'm canceling it and moving to fields and relationship, clicking on new. So it is important if your base field is not created on which you want to apply for validation rule, so you won't be able to do that. So I'm selecting number as data type, clicking on next, and here I am creating a field named as rating. Next, visible to all the profiles. Again, I'm clicking on next and saving it. So this way, my field is created on instructor object. So I'm just marking it as green so that I remember, right? So this field is also created. Now I'm going to create a validation rule. So check rating. Rating should be between 1 to 5. Now here we need to apply two conditions. So first of all, I'm going to insert rating field. So rating is less than 1. So again, focus on this. If this formula expression is true, then only error will be displayed. So you need to apply the condition like whenever you are creating any record. So this should be true. If this condition is true, then only your error will be coming. So if you provide rating less than 1 or you provide rating greater than 5. So these are two conditions. One is this and another is this, right? And in between, I am using or. So instead of this or, you can use this operator as well, or operator, right? So this is one way of writing this. You cannot write or in between. Instead, you just need to use this or operator. So or means in both the conditions, if any one is true, then your validation rule will fire, right? And another one is and says if both the conditions are true, then your both like whole condition will be true. Okay, so this is one way of writing this. Another way, like you can write it this way as well, or, and in between you can write comma. So it means either this or this. Like in both, if any one is true, then your error will fire, right? So here I'm just going to copy and paste this error message. So rating should be between 1 to 5. And right now I'm selecting top of the page and clicking on save. So this way this validation rule is created. Then click on back to instructor. Then click on validation rules. So here you can see the validation rule. Now, if I go here, try to create an instructor record or try to edit. So let's create new one and filling salary rating. So I am filling rating as 0. So you will see an error message. Rating should be between 1 to 5. If I enter 6, then also it will throw an error. Rating should be between 1 to 5. Okay. If I enter correct rating, let's suppose 5, then it will be saved. And you can see bonus and total salary is calculated automatically. Okay. So this way, I hope you understood how we created second validation rule. Now I'm going to create one more validation rule, which is students entrance score should not be blank. So it is very simple. We just need to go to object manager, then search for student object and go to validation rule. Now here I'm going to create one more. So entrance score should not be null, right? And here what you can do, so you can insert the field. So we have field named as entrance score, right? And here we have a function is blank. So what it does, checks whether an expression is blanks and returns true or false. So I'm going to insert it and this I'm cutting from here and putting it inside this parenthesis. So if entrance score is blank, then it will throw an error, right? So what we can write, please populate entrance score and save. So this way, right now we have two validation rules on this student object. Now moving here, refreshing the page. So I'm going to edit existing student record. So going to open existing student record and here I will find entrance score. So right now it is blank. If I edit and try to save, so I will see an error message. Please populate entrance score, right? So this way, I hope you understood like how we can create validation rules. So when I entered 100, so this score is perfectly fine. It is saved because right now entrance score field is not blank. Okay, and if you provide both incorrectly, like entrance score is blank and age is 0, so you will see two error messages. So please populate entrance score and review the following field age. Okay, so this way both validation will work together as well. Right, so this is all about formula field and validation rule. Yeah, so uh, let me now pick some of the question randomly. So those who are asking limit, so you can just Google it because limits are different for different editions. So you can just Google. I think people are asking, so this is good, and people are answering as well. This is very very good. And Mary is asking for each field validation rule, you should save different validation rules. So it depends on the requirement of validation rule. So in two validation rules, you can use same field as well. So it depends on the requirement, right? If there are already existing records, if we edit the record with another field rather than rating, what will happen if it throws error? Yes, so if rating is incorrect and you update any other field, then it will throw an error. If rating is correct and then you are editing any other field, so it won't give you any error. So next question is validation rules are applied before the user saves the record. Can this be applied after updating the record? No. So for that, we have custom solution that is known as trigger, but validation rules applies before the record is saved. Can validation rule bypass workflow or trigger? No. This Nisha, this can be opposite. Like we can pass validation rules through workflow or trigger, so that we can do. So we'll discuss later on when we'll be learning those features. So currency right now it is fixed for dollar, but this is org setting. So if you change org currency, then it will be changed, right? So now I'm going to move to the next topic and then we'll pick the question. So hold on because it will like break the rhythm of the session. So I'm just moving to next topic and it is very much important. So those who are asking a question, just hold on. I will be explaining each and every question in detail, right? So next two topics are important. One is page layout and another one is record type, right? So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to explain the requirement of page layout, and we will be seeing like how we can configure page layout, and then I will tell you the requirement of record type. So basically page layout is used to manage fields, and through page layout we can create different sections, right? So let's configure the page layout. So we have a requirement, so that requirement I listed here. So if you see here, I just need two page layouts. So just focus on this part which I selected. Don't focus on this heading like record type. Just ignore that. You just need to focus on this part which I am selecting. So here we have five different sections: student information, communication details, educational details, Salesforce skills, and professional information. So I need two page layouts. One should be named as fresher and another will be named as experienced. On fresher layout, I want all the fields, but on experienced, I don't want this entrance score and stream, right? Because candidate is already doing some job, so I don't want these two fields will be there on the layout. So if there is a requirement, you want two layouts where different fields are available, different set of fields are available. So you can create two different layouts, right? Now, if you want to launch those two page layouts, then comes record type in picture, right? So record type basically launch a particular page layout. So what we need to do, we need to create two page layouts, and to launch those two page layouts, we need to create two record types, right? So I will be going to implement this together. So first I will be creating page layouts and then record type. So jumping here, so on student object, you can see we have this page layouts option. Okay, so here we have this student layout. It is already available. This one is by default available. Now what I need to do, I just need to create two more page layouts. So I will be cloning this page layout and will be creating first one, that is fresher page layout. So I just opened it. So this layout is getting opened and I will be cloning this page layout. So for that, see carefully, I'm just clicking on this drop down just beside save. It is giving me an option save as, and I'm clicking on this option. So it is asking me to provide name of the layout. So I'm writing fresher layout, right? And I'm just clicking on save. So this way my first page layout will be created. Right? So here you can see this fresher page layout is created. Now, once you create the page layout, so here you won't see your object details. So you just need to click on back and you will be under your object. So here we have fresher layout. So first I'm going to configure the fresher layout, and then I will be cloning the fresher layout and I will be having experienced layout so that it will be easy for me to configure that. Okay. So now we need to see these sections. So first section is student information, which is having student ID, name, father name, and mother name. So student ID, name, then father name I am shifting here, and mother name I am keeping here. So this is information section, right? Now, if you want to change its label, so you can just click on this properties option, extreme right. And yeah, so this we cannot change. It will be information only. But what you can do, if you want to show this heading on detail page as well as on edit page, you can select both and click on OK, right? Now we need to create one more section, that is communication detail. And it will be having these four fields: age, phone, email, and address. So now see carefully how I will be creating the section. So what I need to do, here is this section option available. I'm just clicking on this section and dragging and dropping it here. And here I need to write communication details, and I'm going to click on save. So here you can see this section is created. Now I need to place phone, email, then address, and one more field, age. So age I am placing here. So you can see I just created one section named as communication details, and it is having four fields available. Now I need to create one more section, that is educational details. So again, I am clicking on this section and placing it here and naming it as educational details. And here you have two layouts, one column, two columns. So I think it is very easy. Like how many fields you want to place in a column, or you want to place them in two separate columns. And this is tab key order when you press the tab key. So you want to move to left to right or top to bottom. So by default, it is left to right because it is the standard as well. Then click on OK. So educational details option is available. So here you can write and you can place or drag and drop entrance score and then stream. So we have now three sections. So we need to create two more: Salesforce skills, right? So Salesforce skills, I'm going to create. So again, I am just dragging and dropping the section Salesforce skills. Now here we need to place Salesforce role and Salesforce skill set, right? So these we need to place. Then last one is professional information. So again, I'm just dragging and dropping a section. So it will be professional information and OK. So this is the fifth one. And here we need to place pass out and career objective, brief bio, and all. So pass out, then career objective, brief bio, then resume, then we have enrolled full-time checkbox. So this also I am placing here. Then we have weekdays. So this also I'm placing here because this comes in professional details. So it is not placed here. So I'm going to place it here and here as well. Right. So this is created. Okay, so this way, I hope you understood like how we can arrange this neat and clean page layout. Okay, so we have different five sections. Fields are arranged properly in two columns. Now I can just save it. So this is my fresher layout, right? Now, if you want to create this experience layout, so you can just clone this fresher layout and you can modify it as per the requirement. So I'm opening fresher layout and clicking on this button and selecting save as and renaming it as experienced layout and clicking on save. So you will see one more layout is created. Now just click on back and open your experienced page layout. And what we need to do from here, we just need to remove this section, educational details. Rest will be same. So from here, I'm just going to remove this section. So if you want to remove particular section, you just need to click on this remove section icon. It will be removed. So you can see these two fields, entrance score and stream, both are not placed. They are highlighted. Okay, and from here, if you want to remove any field, so you can just remove it like this. And if you click on this, so you will find two options for each field, read only or required. So if you want to convert your field read only from page layout, you can check this checkbox. If you want to convert it into required, so you can check this checkbox. So I'm just dragging and dropping this pass out field. So you can just click and drag and drop. So this way, one more section is, one more page layout is created. And this is having only 4 sections, right? So I hope you understood how we can manage page layouts and create sections. So this part is complete. Now, if you want to create records, so we have this option, record type. So record type basically control which page layout you want to use, and it also controls pick list values. So let's see first how we can control page layouts. So if I go to students object, so right now, if I try to create new student record, so what will happen? It will be launching the student layout, the old one. You can see there is no section, all the fields are arranged in a messy format, right? Now, if you want to launch a particular page layout, whether it is fresher layout or experienced layout, so you need to create record type because by default, student layout or whatever default layout is that will launch. Okay, so to launch particular record type, you need, to launch particular page layout, you need record types. So from left, you can see here we have this record type option. So I just need to click on this record types. Here under student object, we don't have any record type. So I'm going to create it. So just clicking on new. And from here, if you have any existing record type, so you can select that. But we don't have any existing. So I'm creating fresher. And if you want to provide any description, so right. So this way you can fill the description. Then here, if you see, so these are the profiles. So you can see record type also controlled with the help of profile. So whenever we create any field, we create any tab, we create any app, we are creating record type. So everything is controlled through profiles. And till now, we have not gone through profiles in detail. So we'll see them later on. So profile is basically created for different users, and it can be assigned to one user or group of user. So what you can do, you can control which profile uh, is able to access which feature. So here you can see this checkbox is checked for all the profiles. It means all the profile users will be able to access this record type. But if you want to control, you can uncheck as well, right? So I am leaving it as is, like this record type will be available for all the profile users. And then I'm just clicking on next. Now from here, I just need to select which page layout I need to assign with this record type. So here also we have two options, apply one layout to all profile. And if you have different page layouts for each profile, then you can assign them as well, right? But generally we assign one layout to each profile. But in some of the projects, if there is a requirement like basis on the profile, you need to align page layout. So as per that requirement, you can. Right? So now I'm going to click on save. So it will be created. So this is our first record type that is created. And here I showed you, we can control page layout, so that we are doing, and we can control pick list as well. So you can see pick lists available for editing. So this I will be showing you later on. So once let's complete how we can control page layout. So for fresher page layout, I created fresher record type. So right now we have one record type. Now I'm clicking on new, and I'm going to create experienced record type, then description, So provide details of an experienced candidate. Active, so that it will be available to use, and make available. So you can see fresher is by default, it is default. But if you want to make experienced record type as default, so you can check these checkboxes, right? But I'm leaving it as is because I want fresher as default. And if you want to create record for experience, so you can choose that from the UI. Now I'm just clicking on next so that I can select the layout. So I'm selecting experienced layout, right? And save. So these layout selection you can change later on as well, right? I will show you how we can change. So if you see here, page layout assignment. So if you click on this, so later on also you will be able to change the layouts. So here we have experienced record type, and we have experienced page layout, fresher record type, fresher layout. But if you want to change this assignment, you can. For example, here I want another layout like student layout. So this way I can change. So now if experienced record type will be used, so it will show student layout, right? So I'm just changing it back to experienced layout and saving it. So this way, through backend, we configure two page layouts and two record types. Now let's see how they will look like on the UI. So I'm on student object or student tab. So I'm just refreshing the page so that settings will be applied. So here, if I try to create new record, so you can see now you can visualize what is the significance of record type. So it is asking me which type of record you want to create. So you want to enter detail for fresher or experienced candidate. That's why it is named as record type, which type of record. And this is the description of the record type that we provided at the time of creation. Now, if I select fresher, so fresher was selected by default, and click on next. So you will see the fresher page layout having five sections: information, communication detail, educational details, Salesforce skills, pass out information. Everything is available in neat and clean format, right? All five sections are available here. And if you fill the information, so your record will be created, right? So here, for example, I'm going to create a student record, and clicking on save. So here you can see, please populate entrance score. So I just need to provide this. Save. So validation rule is also working. So one record is created that is for fresher record type. So it is being opened, and here you can see the details, right? Now, if I go to students tab again and click on new and click on experienced, so you will see another page layout which will be having four sections only: information, communication details, Salesforce skills, and professional information. It is not having educational information, right? So this way you can create record types. Okay. Now, one more thing. When I created this record type, so here, sorry, record type field is not available. So there is one field which is whenever you create record type, so a record type field is also created automatically. So if I go to fresher layout, so here you can see this record type field is available. So what I can do, I can just place it here in the information section. So whenever I will be opening a record and it is of type fresher record type, so that record type will be available on the UI. So here you can see record type is available, right? And in this case, like if you create experienced candidate record, so you will see an error because we have a formula field. So let's say I'm creating a record, and if I click on save, so you will see this error, please populate entrance score, and entrance score is not available on the UI. So in this situation, what you need to do, you need to apply record type check as well in the validation rule. So what you need to do, you need to apply record type check in the validation rule so that that validation rule will apply on that particular record type only, right? So if you go to my website, Study Salesforce, so here under this administrator lightning experience, so I think I have a video. Okay, no, so validation. Okay, so record type check video is not available. So maybe in next session, I will explain you how we can apply record type check, right? So till the time you can practice whatever I have explained to you so that you can be good with that. And then we can apply record type check in the validation rule. So what you need to do, you just need to go to your validation rule and this is causing an error. So here, if you add it, so you will be applying the validation rule basis on the record type. So let me just try this as of now. So what we need to do, we need to apply and insert field. So it will be record type and here record type name equals to fresher. Yeah. So this way we can apply the record type check as well. So not in the next session. In this session we can see this. So now what will happen if you are creating a record of type fresher, and if entrance code is blank, then only you will see error. Otherwise not. Right. So let me just save it and then we'll demo it. So if I go here and refresh the page, so this time if I try to create fresher student record without providing entrance value, so it will give me an error. So you can see it is giving me an error, please populate entrance score. So I'm canceling it. Now I'm going to create experienced candidates or student record, and I'm not filling any score and clicking on save. So you can see it is saved. So this way, we bypassed a particular record type in the validation rule. And here you can see we can apply several checks like you can run validation rule on only record creation or only record updation. So you can have separate validation rules for record creation and updation. You can apply a profile check. You can bypass validation rule through permission set and custom permission. So profile and permission sets we will see later on. So these are available on my website, Study Salesforce. These are pre-recorded videos. So anytime if you stuck, so you can take help from there as well. Now let me show you how we can control pick lists through record type. So here is an example. So I think this scenario is clear to you, like how we can have two layouts and how we can launch them with the help of record type. So here is a question like record type and record type developer name. So there are two things. Record type name is the label and record type developer name is the API name. So if I go here and show you this thing, so we have this record type thing. So here we have two things, name and this name. So this name is the label of record type and this name is the developer name. So name can be duplicate, but developer name will be unique. So always pick this developer name because it is unique, right? And from where you can find this developer name, so go to record type and open any of the record type. So from here you can find this developer name. So this is the developer name and this is the name, right? So record type name can be duplicate, but developer name will be unique. So that's why I picked that. Now I was showing how we can control pick list. So we have a role pick list, Salesforce role pick list. So what I need to do, if I'm creating fresher record, so I need three values in that pick list. And if I'm creating experienced record, so I want all the values in the role pick list. So let's see what is happening right now. So right now, if I try to create new fresher candidate record, so here in this role pick list, I am seeing all. If I create experienced, so here in role, I am seeing all pick list values. Now I am going to configure this. So I'm going to fresher record type, and here I am selecting Salesforce role pick list, and I'm clicking on edit. And from here, I'm removing these four options. So only selected values are admin, developer, and quality analyst, and I'm saving it. So now what will happen on fresher record type, Salesforce role pick list will be having three values only. But on experience record type, Salesforce role pick list will be having all the values. So if I go here and refresh the page, so if I try to create new record of fresher, and if I take you to the Salesforce role pick list, so you will see only three options: admin, developer, and quality analyst. But if I take you to experienced record type, so you will see all the values in the role pick list, right? So this way, if you want to control the pick list values, so that you can do with the help of record type. Okay. Now, in today's session, this is the last topic that I'm going to discuss, and then I will be taking your questions. So we have next topic, that is compact layout. So basically, compact layout shows selected fields on the record header. So if I open any of the record, so here under details, you will see the page layout. And one more feature of page layout, like if you create sections, so you can just close them as well. These are accordions, so you can open and close these sections. This is the benefit of creating section. And here, if you see this section, this one, this header, where student S hyphen 0006 is available. So this is basically a place for compact layout. Now, from these lots of fields, if you want to have few specific fields in the header, so that whenever you open any record and if you focus on the header, your selected fields will be available. So you can create compact layout. So how you can do that? Under Object Manager, we have this option compact layout. Then click on new. So here I'm writing student compact layout. And here you can see we have fields that we can select. So I'm selecting name. Then I'm selecting record type. I'm selecting email and Salesforce role. So these four fields I selected: name, record type, email, and Salesforce role, and I'm saving it. So this layout is created having these four fields. Then compact layout assignment, edit assignment. Then from here you can select student layout. From here you can select student compact layout and then save it. Right? Now if you go to your record and refresh, so you will have those fields available in the header. So page is loading and here you will see those fields. So you can see student name is Anna, record type is experienced, email and Salesforce role is blank. That's why they are not populated. All these exercises are available here. You can just go and create. Let me fill this one as well. Create compact layout for student object. Right? So you can just select random fields that you want to display. So this is your day 4 exercise that you can practice, right? Now it's time to discuss the queries. So those who don't have any questions, so session is over for today, and tomorrow's invite will be available in the Excel sheet. I will be sharing soon after the session, right? And all the important links are available under the description of video, so you can just follow, right? So now I'm going to take questions. Okay, so those who have questions, so just start pasting your questions so that I can take them. So I'm just ignoring all the previous questions. Let's have new questions now so that I can answer them quickly. Because otherwise, if I go and read each one, it will take lots of time. So I want fresh questions. Okay, so Asit is asking, interviewer will ask definition like what is compact layout and what is FF? I didn't get this. So compact layout is mini layout, which shows selected fields on the header or highlight panel of the record. So in the compact layout, how many fields we have to add possible? So I think 10. Then using formula field, can we calculate age from just date of birth and populate age field automatically? Yes. So if you minus today, like if you have today minus date of birth, so it will be calculating your age automatically. Can we create formula field on parent record? So yes, we can create formula field on parent, but through that you cannot reference child because we will be having more than one child. So you can reference from child to parent, but not from parent to child. Formula and validation rules are looking same, but what is the difference? Yeah. So formula is a field which is populated automatically with a value, and validation rule is a rule which restrict creation and updation of the record. So both are very much different. Thank you, Nilesh. Thank you, Shabnam. Thank you, Asit. Mary, are you going to explain record type according to process such as sales, service, and case later? Yes. So, if you want to see these processes early, so what you can do on my website under Study Salesforce, you will find all these processes. So, if I show you sales process, so here you can see number 30, 31, and 32. It is for sales process. Number 31 is for support process, and number 32 is for lead process. So here everything is explained in detail. You can go through. Then validation validates records. Yeah, Apan is right. Umka is asking, when you created compact layout, auto number disappeared in student object. It saved somewhere or not? Yeah, it is saved. So if you want to have, so you can just have that field as well. So if I go here and edit the compact layout, so we can have that as well. So you can just add it, and I think it is student ID. So if you have student ID, so that student ID will be available automatically. So if I refresh, so you will see that on top of the record. So it depends like which fields you select. So accordingly, your results will be there. If you remove any field from either page layout or compact layout, so still their value will be intact. So yes, we can query the record type value in Apex class. Suraj, thank you for appreciating my efforts. Can you use text area, text or formula or compact layout? Yeah, you can try. Like whenever you add it, so Mary, whenever you are trying to create a compact layout, so it will show you all available fields. So from that, you can identify whether you can have a particular field. What will happen to existing records on or after creating the new record type? So, Sankalp, this is very good question. If you create new record type, so on existing record type, master record type will be available. If I take you here, so under this page layout section, if you see this page layout assignment, so here we have one record type, that is master. So if you create any record type after creation of some records, like if your records are already available in the under the object, and then you are creating your record type, so those existing records will be having this master record type. Preetham, thank you for appreciating my efforts. So there is one question in related list. If we set single view, is there any way to show multiple items? This topic we didn't cover yet, so I won't be able to answer. You must be sure to cover all fields in the record type. Mary, I didn't get this question. You are saying you must be sure to cover all fields in the record type? No. If you record type basically uh, launch a page layout. So it depends on page layout what fields you want to show on the UI. Harsh, relationship we will be discussing in the next session, maybe tomorrow. When I can we assign compact layout for different record type and page layout? I think no, because it is common for all. Praneeth, I have doubt on Gmail calendar updating. This is not relevant with this session. How many fields can be added in the compact layout? So I think 10, but you can try adding more than 10. If yes, then answer will be yes. Can we query the record type value in Apex? Yes. Can you use text area, text or formula or compact layout? Can you use text? Yeah, so Mary, I already answered this. You can just try using those. If we want to show uh, if you want to show identity number in specific format like Aadhaar number, have space after every phone number, how to achieve this functionality? So this you can do with the text field, right? Or like auto number which we create. So here, like we provide hyphen. So just try to put a space there. I hope it will work. Simi is asking, okay, great class. Can you please share the links for validation rules? Yeah, it is available in the document. In the exercise sheet, those links are available. You can have it from there. Ayushi, thank you. Yeah, it is important. Like, if you learn Java, HTML, and CSS before starting development, so it will be helpful for you. And if you like my teaching way, so all those videos are already available on my channel. So go to playlist and there you can find. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Big thanks to you because of you, this boot camp is getting popular, and many people like around 3 to 4 thousand people all around world are learning Salesforce through this boot camp for free. So thank you so much for spreading the word. Thank you. Can we delete record type once we created, and what will happen after deletion? So it is difficult to delete because if it is referenced with a record, so you won't be able to delete. So let's do it. If we try to delete this record type, fresher. So first of all, we need to deactivate. Before deletion, you need to deactivate. So if you delete it, so it will throw an error. Invalid. Please refresh. Okay. So you cannot delete prior to delete. You need to deactivate, and then I think you will be able to delete. So here you can see only inactive record types can be deleted. Deactive the record type to allow deletion. This record type fresher cannot be deleted because the following profiles use this record type as default, right? So there are some restrictions. So first of all, you need to deactivate, then you need to make sure it is not default for particular profile, then you will be able to. Thank you everyone for appreciating my efforts. And one humble request, like if you can spread the word by sharing feedback on LinkedIn, so that will be good. It will appreciate me. So Arun is asked, Arun, we can create a validation on text type which can, okay. Can we query the record? Yeah, I already answered this. We can query the record type value in Apex class. Record type is basically object, so you can query that through Apex. Thank you, Radhakrishnan. Thank you, Umka. Yes, Mary, validation rule must be activated if you want to apply that. Yashwin, thank you for appreciating my effort. Ayushi, thank you. MSD Junoon, thanks joining from Pakistan. So I think I answered all the questions. So I will try to document these questions in the document and will try to draft the answers. So we'll connect tomorrow for the next session. Thank you so much for joining this session and making this bootcamp a success. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.